Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. Today I want to talk with you about some of the books that I might read during Quarantineathon. So, Quarantineathon is a readathon that April from Getting Hugga With It is hosting during the month of May. It runs from May 3rd to the 30th. So for the whole month, and it's very simple. It's each week there's a prompt for one book. So there will be 4 prompts total and just one book each week, and each book is a different topic. So anyway, this is all focused around staying at home in the quarantine, which I'm really hoping is nearing its end here shortly. We will see. But anyway, I will leave April's video and channel linked down below so you can get all of the details. But I have kind of what Bree from Call Me After Coffee would call a possibility pile for this TBR. I really want to try to do more mood reading in May, and so I don't want to really get myself a lockdown TBR. So I'm giving myself options. But so for each of these, I have 3 or 4 books for each prompt that I might pick up. These are kind of what I'm picking from for this. So the first prompt is to read a book. What is it? Read a book that explores the hard times humanity has faced before. So for this, I have Wolf Hollow by Lauren Woke. Believe it or not all of the books on this TBR are middle grade, just a couple. This happens to be one of them, and this is set during World War II, I believe. It's either during World War II or between World War I and World War II. Anyway, and so because it's set during the wars and it's kind of in the Depression time and all of that, this one would definitely count for that. And this is one that I've been meaning to read for quite a while. So I have that one pulled. The next one that I have for this prompt is The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963. This kind of fills 2 of the different prompts, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But this is set during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s, and it is about a family that is going from Flint, Michigan down south to Birmingham, Alabama, and just kind of the stuff that they encounter along the way. A very not great time in American history, but some hard times that we have made it through, are still going through in some respects. But anyway, so I thought that one might work. That's a middle grade. That's by Christopher Paul Curtis. And then another wartime book that is on my TBR is The Chilbury Ladies Choir. And I don't remember who this is by now, but I'll put a picture of it up here. But this is set during World War II, and it is about a men's choir, and all the men have to leave to go to war. And so the ladies start kind of take over the choir. But anyway, it's set during World War II, so that would work for that as well. The next prompt is to read a book about a character who would be at risk for the coronavirus. So somebody that would be at a higher risk. So for this, I have 3 different books. The first one is another middle grade. I promise. I think this is my last. No, I have 1 more middle grade out of all of these after this one. I promise. 2 more middle grade. Anyway. Walking with Miss Millie by Tamara Bundy. This is one that was in my triad chapter from middle grade March that I still have not gotten to yet, but it features an elderly character in it who would be kind of in that high risk category. Another book I have that features an elderly, oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. Features an elderly character is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. This is one that is on my 2020 TBR. I'm trying to read more Frederick Bachman. But sorry, the door just slammed. The kids are running around. But anyway, this is about a girl and her grandmother who is 77 years old. So that would be somebody that was high risk. And then the last one I picked is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. You all know I cannot say that name to save my life. But one of the characters in this has a chronic illness. And so I thought that would count for this. And I really need to read this because I have the movie out from the library that I need to watch. So those are my books that I picked for reading a book about someone that would be at risk. The next prompt for week 3 is to show essential workers some love by reading a book about an essential worker as a main character. And for this, I have a couple here. The one that I will most likely read is The Dream Daughter by Diane Chamberlain. This is Krista from Books and Champs. This is her Goodreads like reading group book for the month of May, I believe. But one of the main characters in this is a physicist. And so he's a scientist, and scientists, we need them real bad right now. So I have that. Another one that I picked up that might be an option. Oh, I guess I should tell you what this is about. This is about, I think it's about a woman who is pregnant and her baby has some sort of birth defect, maybe? Yeah, it has a heart defect. And it's in the 1970s and there is no cure for it. But then something happens, it's like time travel, and she like travels into the future to get her baby the cure it needs. I don't know. Sounds really interesting, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. Okay, so the next one that I have picked is Midwives by Chris I don't know how to pronounce that. By that guy. So anyway, this is one that I picked up at a library book sale just kind of on a whim because the premise sounded interesting, but it's about midwives who are essential care right now. And it is about a midnight, like on an icy winter night in isolated rural Vermont. A midwife takes desperate measures to save a baby's life. And anyway, and it's kind of about what happens as the fallout from that. So I figured that would work. And then the last one that I picked for this prompt is a Michael Crichton book that I've had on my shelves for a while that I haven't read. I think it's one of his earlier books, and it's called A Case of Need, and it's about doctors. So it says, was it murder? Was it horribly botched surgery? Accidental malpractice? Was someone in the great Boston Medical Center violating the Hippocratic Oath? No one knows exactly, and only one doctor is willing to push his way through a mysterious maze of hidden medical data, blah, 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 blah. It's Michael Crichton. I have really, really enjoyed what I've read of his up to now, so I thought that this would be a fun one, and it's just one that I gotten from a thrift store a long time ago and haven't read yet, but it's about doctors, so they're definitely essential care. And then the last prompt is to read a book about something that you're missing and that you're looking forward to getting back after quarantine. So hopefully by the time we get to this week, we can do these things again. That's what I'm thinking. Hoping. So for this, I have my last middle grade, and that's the Penderwicks. And this is about a family that goes, they go to on a summer holiday to an estate. They stay at a vacation house, which you can't do right now. You can't rent vacation houses. So I thought that this would be a really fun one. I started reading, you can see the bookmark. I started reading this one out loud to my kids, and then we got busy with other things and kind of fell off the wagon. So either I'll read this with them or I'll just read it myself. I want to read it either way. And then I have three more that I picked up. One is Confessions of a Shopaholic, because I'm missing going shopping. So I figured that would count. I also have The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery. This is about a bookstore owner. So it's set in a bookstore, which I'm desperately missing right now. And then the last one that I have is Angry Housewives Eating Bonbons by Laura Landvik. And this is about a book club. So that's really all I know about it. It's just a kind of a group of Mod Podge women from a cul-de-sac, kind of like Desperate Housewives-ish maybe, but centering around a book club. So I thought that that would be a good fun pick for that as well, because I'm missing in-person book clubs. We're doing book clubs via Zoom, but it's just not quite the same. So anyway, that is my possibility pile, as Brie would say, for Quarantineathon. And yeah, like I said, I will link all of the details down below if you want to participate in this readathon that April is hosting. And yeah, if you've read any of these, if you think I should pick a certain book above the others, let me know. I would love to hear your opinions about them. And if you're planning on participating, let me know what you're planning on reading. So other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!